What up, YouTube? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Look at my crazy hair. Woo! Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Hope you guys are having a good day. Let's shed some light on this situation. Last night, I parked my truck on the street. Some kids came by and egged it. So, at first, I thought it might have been somebody trying to do something malicious. And then I was like, my neighbors got egged too. Probably not, unless they're just bad shots. You know, kids these days are pretty crappy, so you know what I mean? They really don't have good shots, but I'm just kidding. That's a dig at you youngins. Let me show you the video from my security footage. Makes me feel a little better. Little kids messing around. I can't say that I didn't do this, so I can't be too mad. Let me show you guys what they did. So here it is. I'm gonna press play. They egged me, and see that dude throwing eggs? Laters. Let me show you guys the truck. Because I mean, this one's hard to miss. I mean, it's on the street. It's like from me to the Cobra. If you miss that, you're just a total noobin. But let's go check out the truck and see what they did. I think it was only one egg, lickety splat, hit there, all down there. There's the shell. So yeah, nothing on the bed cover. Bed cover looks good. My neighbor's truck splattered up onto their truck, but like I said, she cleaned it off. She was actually nice enough to come let me know that my truck had been hit by an egg because I hadn't even seen it. Alright guys, you can see we got all of it off. You can still see where the egg was, so we're gonna do a little bit of cleanup. I'm gonna go warm up though, my hands are freezing. I've been out here for like 25 minutes blowing this crap off of here. It's still not off everything. There's a little bit underneath on the bottom of this. I'm not too worried about it, but I wanted to get it all off here, which I think we did. I'm literally freezing, my hands are frozen. Holy cow, they hurt. It's cold, so I'm going inside, gonna warm up. What up, you guys? It's the next day, so we got a little busy. My hands were cold, had to do some stuff. As you can see, we're standing in an empty spot in the garage, so that's nice. So we got our spot back in the garage, as you guys can see, free and clear. No more MG. Went on a trailer, went home, put a new fuel tank in it, got it fired up, got it gone and out of here, which is good. So now we got room to do more activities, and we are gonna work on this car. Look what I brought home, guys. There it is. We finally got it home, so let's get it fired up and in the garage. And then after this car's done and ready to be sold, this guy is coming in and we're gonna get started on that. So we did a quick little mop-arinos here, guys. Or not mop, but a quick little sweep. So let's get the Integra in. Honda power, ladies and gents. Honda power. I know my lights are going a little crazy. It looks a little wavy, all woo woo woo, but that's okay. Don't mind it. They'll warm up and that'll go away. But what do we have here? The Honda is home next to the Cobra. Now, which one of these is faster? Honda power or Ford power? Honda power or Ford power? Honda power, Ford power. Honda power. Just kidding, guys. Okay, so what are we going to be doing? I don't know. I think we're going to pull the spark plugs on this. I don't know that I have a tool to do that, but let's go ahead and pull the plug wires. The car's warm, which is nice. We just drove it. Obviously, we got our little turb ski down there, or I should say big turb ski down there. Look, it's nice and clean still, guys. Check that out. Like a fresh little clean turb ski. Alright guys, so there we go. We got all the spark plugs out of here. Let's see what they look like. They're pretty hot. Oh, a little bit of fuzzy. They look really good actually, to be honest. That's beautiful. It's exactly what we want to see. Cruising, we got that nice white. We'll look at the timing for it, but we're having a little bit of blowout, but nothing too crazy, I think. Might even be a fueling issue. I just wanted to make sure the spark plugs weren't completely gone, donezo. They look good, so I'm happy with that. And you know, it's a little rich. This car is definitely a little rich on idle, which is okay. It's part of the big injectors, so I like that. These plugs look like they're in good shape. They are a 7 BR or BK something, bad kid 7. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and just clean these guys up a little bit. So I'm gonna hit them with a little bit of emery cloth just to clean up the top of the electrode and the bottom of the ground strap, top of the electrode, just to rough them up. Make sure it's got a good clean metal on metal area to let that spark jump, very conductive. And then we'll put them back in and then really jump in the car and see if we're having an issue with something else or why it's breaking up. I got 5 gallons of ethanol in the Cobra that I want to put in this. So we're going to go ahead and pop the trunk on the Cobra and we'll do that. Or we could use, I have it in the can, so I want to get it out of the can. So we'll use the can to fill it up in here. I do, however, I'm really liking this new 55 gallon drum and the setup in there. So yeah, we just got to figure out if we can get a hose connected to the end of that pump to kind of extend it down so it can suck all the way down there. But anyways, let's jump into this. Get the 5 gallons of E in the back of it so we know this is good and full, and hit these with some emery cloth. Actually, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and clean this area up because it's a disaster. So I want to get this cleaned up so it's a workable, usable area. So let's jump on doing that, and then we'll jump on doing the emery cloth to the plugs. This needs to be clean so we can use it. You know what I mean? Alright guys, so we've been doing this, cleaning instead of working on the car. Dinner's ready, so I'm going to go eat dinner. My beautiful fiance made some amazing dinner, so I'm going to go enjoy that, and then we're going to come back. But check this out, looks pretty good, eh? I am liking it very much, and now we're going to be able to work on this guy here, because we got a good, clean work area to work on. So that's what I wanted. I wanted a nice clean surface to be able to work on. It A, helps us see what we're working on, and B, it just films better for you guys. So when I actually go to film something, the white background reflects a lot of light and makes it easier to see the part we're working on. So alrighty guys, we've got our spark plugs laid out. We're a nice clean area here. Don't mind my Coney shocks that are for sale. If anyone needs some Coney shocks, there's 3 good ones. This one's good, this one's bad, and this one's good. This one just won't, you know, go back out. It's done. So but yeah, check it out. We got our emery cloth. If you guys are wondering, check it. Emery cloth. That's all this is. Emery cloth. So we're gonna get it. It's kind of like a fine sandpaper. Wow, that's crazy. This one's got a huge gap. That's a big problem, guys. This one's got a tight gap. This one's got a huge gap. These are gapped like somebody didn't know what in the heck they were doing. Maybe this is our problem right here, guys. This gap is way tight. So check that out, guys. Look at the gap on these 3 is very uniform, and then the gap on that one is very tight. So we're going to open it up. This may be our misfire right here. And also I want a bore scope. These are in order again, starting with the front cylinder 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I want to check cylinder 1 and make sure nothing came up to bump that or anything. I don't. If anything, I think the spark plug was probably dropped or somebody didn't check the gap on it or something like that, because this is definitely a really tight gap. So I'm going to finish cleaning these, and as you can see, little bit of a shine to it. You can see on the top of that electrode right there, and then on the ground strap as well. But you can definitely see that looks like a nice shiny metal versus this one that's not been done. Yeah, you can see this one's brown, guys, and not a nice shiny metal on that electrode right there. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this one up like this one, and then we'll get to finishing the rest of it. Alright guys, check that out. So the gap looks pretty even on all those. It is definitely difficult to eyeball it all, but we're definitely better, and this one is definitely opened up more, which I think is going to be a big factor in helping us keep the motor rolling and keep it cruising over. But I think what we're going to do is probably go get a set of spark plugs, a brand new set instead. So we'll fire the car up and see. These are a BKR7E. I'd like to get the non-projected tip, so they make them where the tip of them's actually kind of like level with the head of the threads. Your ground strap, instead of coming up and going over, just basically comes straight across the top of it. So it helps it with spark blowout and that type of thing, and on high horsepower stuff you usually want to do that. But this car doesn't make too much power. This should be sufficient. I'm just a little worried and wondering why this was closed as much as it was. So let's go ahead and stick these guys back in. Let's go see if we can go to the AutoZone and get a non-projected spark plug in replacement for these, but we should probably go look up the part number for it. Alright guys, so if you check it out, this is what we want to go get. This is a BR7EF, and you can see it's a non-projected tip. And this is what we have, which is a BKR7E is what this spark plug is right here. And you can see it's got that projected tip. So if you look at the difference in the reach, you can see we go from a 3/4 of an inch reach, where it says right here that's 3/4 of an inch, to this spark plug over here, and it is a little under 7/10 of an inch reach. So I think the only reason that differs is because this projected tip right here doesn't stick out as far as the other one. So I think this will help, and we should have less spark blowout. We can run a bigger gap and not be worried about the spark actually getting blown out from cylinder pressure. But before we go spend money on that, guys, let's see if we can just throw these cleaned up spark plugs in and see if our blowout issue is gone. So what I'm going to do is hit them with a little brake clean right now, since I didn't do that, just to get any little bit of sand, or you know, whatever you want to call this. It's emery cloth, but like it's still kind of like sandpaper, so some of this stuff can fall off. So I don't want any of that around the spark plug to get in the motor and potentially scratch the cylinder wall. So we're gonna hit it with a little brake clean and then throw them back in the car and see if it's gone. Fingers crossed, guys, fingers crossed it's gone. Alright guys, let's fire it up and see if it sounds good. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but it fired right up right away. Granted, it is a little warmer in my garage than it is outside. If you can see, there's a little bit of snow out there, but still, it's probably 40, 45 degrees in this garage, which is pretty cold. And usually, even in the shop, when it was the same temperature, it wouldn't fire up like that. So we may have solved the problem with that one spark plug's gap being a little tight. The bigger the gap, usually, the better they like to idle and that sort of thing. So hopefully this will help with the idle, and hopefully it's going to help with maybe spark blowout. It could have been a little too tight as well. We don't know. So I'm just hoping that was the problem. Regardless, we'll probably put a set of spark plugs in it, but I definitely want to go take it for a drive and see if it's going to continue to do that. So let's put some E85 in it and then go drive it. Well, we got the data log, guys. I don't know what in the heck is going on. It is driving me nuts, to be honest. And, you know, it's not the two-step, it's something else. So we're gonna have to go over the data log and figure it out. And, yeah, but I'm gonna go say what up to my mom real quick. I'm also gonna, just love on my niece a little bit. And then after that, we're gonna go, basically, I don't know if I'm gonna wash this yet, but we'll park it in the garage and clean the inside up a little bit, get some crap out of it, and then, yeah, we'll go from there. All right, guys, so we're in the truck. We're going to get those spark plugs, and then we will get no more spark type blowout stuff. I mean, it's kind of weird how the car went on the dyno and made power, and then all of a sudden is like, doesn't want to make power. That spark plug gap seems pretty big, so we'll check that out as well. I'll probably grab a feeler gauge while we're at it, and then we'll go from there. Let's head on over to AutoZone. By the way, guys, I love this truck. Every time I drive this truck, it makes me happy. I drive it everywhere because I just love it to death, and I think you should have a vehicle that you love to drive. And if you don't, you're missing out in life, because you spend a lot of time in your vehicle, believe it or not. So you should be in something you enjoy being in. That's my advice for the day, just so you guys know. So, well, alright, you guys, that's it for this video. I know we didn't get to fix the problem. We still don't know what the problem is. I'm going to show you a clip right now. So you guys saw that clip. Pretty cool, pretty neat, but it did it, as you see, in third gear. So it ran clean and then didn't. The only thing that I can think of, spark plug wire, the number 4 spark plug wire was kind of up a little bit, so I don't know. And it's the only one that doesn't have like a nice connection, I feel like. But I did want to get a good plug at it and go over that stuff and figure it out, and you know, just make sure we had a good baseline of spark and everything should be there. I think we're having an issue with like a spark plug wire, something in the ECU, or losing some sort of sync, or potentially even the distributor on this being out of sync of where it needs to be. So there's a couple things we'll play with and figure it out. We could be on the end of the distributor, and we may need to just tweak it a little bit, but we'll see. So anyways, as always, I appreciate you guys for watching this video and taking the time, especially if you made it to the end of this video. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate that. If you like this video, as always, give it a big fat thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, always feel free to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know my next video comes out. But you guys know what time it is. It's time for you guys to get the heck out of here, so see you later.